Tell me about a time when preaching was difficult, tough, that it was just tough.
I've been at this. I preached my initial sermon first Sunday in January 1974. So I've been at this a long time. And there have been ebbs and flows. I don't know, Frank. Ministry is a song of life. It's just like life. You have your seasons. You have your happy days. It's sort of like the seasons and cycles. You have winter, spring, summer, fall. Only thing is when you do it as long as we have, you go through it over and over and over again. I think some of the toughest times for me have been the loss of significant people. My mother died. In the same year, my mother died in February. Mom Cray, Dad's wife, died in August at the convention, dropped dead. So that was 88. That was a tough time. When Dad passed, when my baby sister passed, those were all tough times. With my baby sister, I felt like, I'm in Ohio, she's in New York, and I felt like I let my mother down because I couldn't be there as much as I wanted to be. So I had to work through that. There have been times when, in the heat of ministry, it's just tough. Building times, you're worried about the finances, growth, am I losing a grip on this? Times of my own weakness. All of us are called to preach beyond what we live. It's one of the strangest parts of preaching. I am called to preach the truth, even when that truth isn't being exhibited in my life. I can't water it down to accommodate me. So I must stand and herald and trumpet what I am convicted of myself. And sometimes, I think when the prophets talk about the burden of Duma and the hand of the Lord, Lord, put your hand on me. I want to say, I don't think you get it. Leave God alone. You don't want, because that press and pressure that comes makes you cry out like Paul, who is sufficient for this? And there have been some seasons when I just plowed in faith, man. I sowed in faith, and I couldn't let my feelings, because I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you. Sometimes I could be driving to church, and I look over and see somebody doing something, and I think, that's not too bad a job. I could do that. I did digging a job. That don't look too bad. It has this, I'm outside all day. But you know what that is? It's because two things. Number one, when that man gets through digging that ditch or laying that pipe or painting that house, whatever you say, or standing there, I can stand at Walmart, say, welcome to Walmart. I'm a very friendly person, I can do that. When I take off that blue smock or take off that hard hat, I go home and nobody's gonna bother me about that job till the next morning. And that's something we don't get in ministry. Years ago, I psychoanalyzed myself. That's a dangerous thing to do, but I did it. Because there were three things I thoroughly enjoyed doing. I enjoyed shining my shoes, I enjoyed washing my car, and I enjoyed cutting the grass. And one day I asked myself, why did I enjoy those three things so much? You know what came back to me? Because when you're finished, it's done and it stays that way. In ministry, nothing stays the way. You give your heart to preaching. You don't know whether they heard it or not. You don't know whether they will be changed by it or not. You pour your life into people, they'll walk away from you like you never met them. Nothing in ministry is sure until we get to heaven. Think of it, nothing. If I could one day walk out my office and know everything is going to be like this tomorrow morning when I come back, I'd sleep better. I know that while I'm walking in my car, in the words of Chiwada Chibi, things are falling apart. While I'm walking to my car, things are falling apart. So you got to preach through that. The frustration of it, you know. Sometimes the fear, sometimes the fatigue. The 3 F's of ministry. Frustration, fatigue, fear. They get all of us. They get all of us.